tu hwnt dros flynyddoedd, dros achosion Cymreig, ac hefyd sydd yn adnabyddus fel arlunydd. The first speaker that we have today is David Peterson. He's a very, very well-known artist and a true Welsh patriot. And he's going to say a few words, so he's going to kick us off. So, gallwch chi roi diolch os bylwch yn dda. Gallwch chi'r ymestyn croeso os bylwch yn dda i Dave Peterson. Dave, take it away.
Diolch yn fawr. Croeso i bawb. I want to read you the most extraordinary thing that was written by a Daniel Corkery in Hidden Island in 1924. The first article of an ascendancy's creed is, and always has been, that the natives are of a lesser breed, and that anything that is theirs, except their land and their gold, is therefore of little value. In the course of time, the natives become tainted with these doctrines, and cry approval when the untruths of the ascendancy are echoed from distant places like London. As if at last a fair judgment has been pronounced. Ring a bell? When the Scots were given their parliament in 1997, the Scots said, "About bloody time, Jock." A year later, when we were given our assembly, we said, "Oh, thank you very much." That's got to stop. We've got to say, "About bloody time." We've got to start demanding what we need and what we want. One of the most wonderful moments of my life was when the SNP won the referendum in Scotland. Because they did with it, make no mistake. They've got two wonderful fish in Scotland, the salmon and the sturgeon. I'm sure there are a lot of other fish, and I'm sure we've got fish. We're going to hear one or two of them later on from this podium. But even watching through the eyes of the London media, the atmosphere in Scotland and elsewhere, it was electric. Democracy won. Scotland won. And yes, the SNP won. And we're going to see the results in a few weeks' time when the general election results are announced. For the first time in many, many decades, we're going to see true democracy. And we're going to have Scotland maybe showing us in Wales how it's done. Are we a lesser nation than Scotland? I don't think so. I don't think so. But they have shown us how we're doing it. It wasn't so long when Plaid Cymru was much stronger than SNP. Look at the situation now. We can do it. All we want is a will. Now, I just want to mention a few things. A nation is judged by its national institutions. Yes, thank goodness we have a national library. Yes, we have a national museum. But the charter that was granted in 1907 said, "It is intended that the new museum shall be primarily and essentially national in character." Now that's the charter. Nothing should be admitted which does not illustrate or elucidate Wales in some aspect or other. It is a significant instrument of colonialism if you get that wrong. It undermines the self-confidence of a nation if you get it wrong. Nothing should be admitted that doesn't illustrate or elucidate Wales. You go and have a look at some of the stuff there now. We've got a national library and we've got a national museum. We haven't got a national gallery. We haven't got a room in the museum for Welsh art. We haven't even got a bloody wall for Welsh art, let alone a bit of a room. Now, that isn't an accident, because if you have a national gallery, not only do people aspire to be in it and to represent our image, it is part of our cultural identity. And without it, we have to put up with Wells second best. Well, I've been putting up with Wells second best for years, professionally. I'm not going to put up with it anymore. We need a national gallery now. Richard Burton and his wife Elizabeth Taylor put a lot of money to build the foundations for a National Theatre of Wales. We don't have one. We got a National Theatre Company, unfortunately, has to go all over the different venues performing. We need a national theatre. We haven't got one. I tell you what, while we're into what we want a national opera house. We want somewhere where we can commission and sing Welsh opera. There's nothing against Italian opera. I love it. But come on, it's taking £18 million of our money every year for 15 days to perform opera that's got nothing to do with us. People say, oh, well, there's no such thing as Welsh opera. Well, it's about bloody time there was, and anyway, that's not true, because there's been plenty of operas written in Wales and about Welsh and in the Welsh language. So let's get that sorted out. A national dance company we could do with, well, we've got it in name, but the guy who runs it says there's no such thing as Welsh dance. How crazy is that? That is madness. We've got a national Eisteddfod, thank goodness, but you'd be hard-pushed to hear any Welsh music from there. Try it. Go on the mice and see if you can hear Welsh music being played. The only place you'll find on the Eisteddfod field is in the dance pavilion where they're accompanying the dancers. Yes, we have our language. Thank God we have our language. But we don't have any official financial support. In other words, the Arts Council in Wales, not of Wales, the Arts Council in Wales won't give any support for Welsh culture. I've got this theory that when Nick Crickhowell did a deal and Maggie Thatcher said, go on, because dear Gwynfor was believed and trusted, you can have your language, but you can't have your culture. Think about it. Think about it. We've been going downhill since that time. We've had every other bugger's culture, nothing wrong with that, but what about our own culture? That's what we should be shouting and demanding for. Just an idea, and this really upsets me. We've got the most fantastic national costume that goes back centuries. It's part of our heritage. It's part of our cultural identity, our costume. Fewer and fewer people are wearing it. The only places where they're encouraged is in primary school. Just imagine in a secondary school, if the secondary school kids wore it. Just imagine if adults wore it on special occasions. You just want to get around, go around Europe, go around the world and see how proud they are of their costume. Even if you can't speak Welsh, you can be Welsh in a visual way. And what hurt me terribly was that an organizer of the National Eisteddfod was pleading with the teenagers of Wales to get rid of this old-fashioned nonsense image of tall hats and what have you, and let's wear rugby shirts. Well, let me tell him something. You have a look at the Welsh rugby shirt. It's got the badge of a Bavarian prince's gift to his son of 3 ostrich feathers. You know that indigenous bird that flies around Wales, the ostrich? We got 3 bloody feathers of it, and not only that, we've got a magnificent, the oldest language in Europe, and we've got to use a Bavarian bloody title, I serve. Ich dien. Come on, Wales, for goodness sake. Okay, let's have a daffodil. But the other thing that really upset me, a couple of years ago, we sent our 15 boys onto the field, symbolically representing Wales, and what did they have embroidered on their bloody neck? A white dragon. Now, for those of you who know about symbolism, if you're going to use symbolism, you've got to bloody know about it. A white dragon represents England, and we sent our boys playing England with their symbol on our shirt. Listen, we are not lesser. We are as great, and if not greater, than any other nation in Europe. It's about time we stood up and said so. Thank you very much, Jochen Bauer.